Mike Perlack here to entertain you with the help of Restless Heart. Tell me what you dream at night. A song I had all but forgotten about. Maybe it'll jog some of your guys whoever's watching this in memories. But anyways, speaking of dreams, I I decided to share one I had the other night. It was a sports arena-like setting, but instead of bleachers, there were tents, individual tents, and in these individual tents, everybody was watching something different on this huge screen. So it was like a one-sided arena. And with this huge screen with all these people living in tents, watching something different on this massive screen that was showing various stuff. I had the feeling like I was both in the movie and watching the movie with my sisters. And I knew something everybody else didn't in this dream, because I kept telling my sisters or anybody who would listen, just wait, watch, your mind's gonna be blown. And it was a feeling, a overall feeling of entrapment with everybody involved in the dream, and all these people expressing themselves through whatever they were watching on this massive screen. And, at one point, I knew it was all a charade. I knew it was in the dream. In my mind, somehow I knew it was all a charade. It was all a combination of the movie Idiocracy and the movie Harrison Bergeron. Most of you probably know the movie Idiocracy, but Harrison Bergeron was not as massively popular. But Sean Astin is in it from Lord of the Rings. It's a pretty thought-provoking film. Buck Henry is in it too. I remember when I saw it, I was shocked seeing Buck Henry in a movie, because other than the host of Saturday Night Live, when they couldn't get a host in the 70s and 80s, that's all I knew Buck Henry from. Till I saw that movie, Harrison Bergeron. It's a pretty interesting flick. Everybody is, the premise basically is a society that has forced all citizens to be average. It's an interesting movie. Like a more darker version of Idiocracy, I guess. Where Idiocracy was more comedy, but sometimes I wonder. But this dream had that overall feeling, like at least from my perspective, like I knew it was all a charade, it was all a joke. It's like and everybody, it seemed, got along as long as you stayed like in your tent and watched whatever the hell it was you were watching, whatever screen or whatever show, whatever, on this massive screen in front of everybody. But and then when I woke up, the dream got me thinking of something that I had learned recently about the state of California, specifically the tents these people were living in. Because apparently in the state of California, this is why I don't understand why Hollywood elite brag about how wonderful the infrastructure in the state of California is. I don't see how you can make such an assumption when you got citizens, in some cases whole families, living in tents on the sidewalk. I guess there's rare occasions where people defecating in the street. I guess that's probably, I would hope that's like the extreme, not too often thing. But that was an interesting dream. But yeah, I'll never, I don't understand how politicians do. They boast about how wonderful the infrastructure in the state of California is, yet they have citizens living in tents on the sidewalk. Now, it's California, so they got the warm weather, so they can get away with doing that year-round. But to me, that's not advancement of the human race. That's like the beginning of socialism, which is basically the beginning of the end of everything. I think that's all I really wanted to mention. Listening to Genesis at work today, and then there were 3. Apparently they're touring again. Although, judging by the tour dates that I saw anyways, it looks like they're going to stay in Europe, though. I mean, those guys are pushing 80. I can't really say I blame them. But, I don't know. I suppose, I don't know. Judging by the tour dates I saw, it looks like they're going to be staying in Europe. But one interesting fact, I'm still learning stuff about this. This is fairly new. But one interesting kind of cool thing is Phil Collins' son is going to play drums. And I thought, oh, what about Chester? But apparently Chester's got his own thing going on. He's not deceased. I looked it up. I guess he's got his own thing going on in the world of jazz music. Chester Thompson, talking about Chester Thompson, and he's like, him and Daryl Stuermer are like honorary members of the band Genesis, because whenever they tour, Daryl Stuermer, plays guitar, and then Chester Thompson plays drums. I did see him in 2007, which was pretty cool. Pretty cool because I was under the impression that 92 one was going to be the last one. All right, well, it's over 8 minutes. I guess I'll end this one here. I got I'll be doing some more videos as soon as I get the opportunity. This weekend was dreary. Although it was pouring rain, but I did manage to go out for an epic 4-mile jog, and I felt 100% better after that. I must have stepped in some kitty caca. I don't think this is aroma vision. But if you want this video to be more interactive, pause it here, go and step in your own kitty caca or doggy, and come back and resume play. All right. All right, that'll be enough for this one. Thank you for watching. Hope you're able to see it. Hope you're able to make things out. Put the sun here.